What can I do for you, Doctor?
Ooh, nothing else from her. Oh, hey.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. I believe we're going to be colleagues.
You and me, we're gonna be real close.
I've been informed about your arrival. I'm Waverly Ackroyd. Welcome aboard, I suppose.
Does
No,
my
I'm
arrival
just
inconvenience
normally
you
this
in some
pale.
way, Dr. Ackroyd?
Let us just say that I don't particularly share Dr. Swansea's enthusiasm for hiring you. What we need here are reliable professionals, not overrated dabblers.
Well then. I guess good to meet you too, asshole.
If you have a problem with me, Dr. Ackroyd, please feel free to tell me.
Dr. Swansea has imposed your presence on this hospital without asking anyone's advice.
I feel like you guys should be appreciative of all the resources you can possibly get, but
I don't agree with it.
I know we've never
it might be
met
hard to
before,
see from your
but I
high
believe
horse up
this
there.
hospital could use all the help it can get. You will agree with that, I'm sure.
Oh, but I have heard about you, Dr. Reed. Of course, you can't say the same about me, since I have not wasted my time courting the press.
Wah, wah, wah. Ooh, we get a choice. Let's go.
There is
No need for such animosity.
Animosity between us. Don't you think the epidemic is already enough to deal with?
That is one point we could agree on. And that is precisely why I want to be sure that you will be of help to this hospital instead of a burden.
Oh, I didn't know there was a big baby ward here.
Since your tenure in this hospital is longer than mine, perhaps you can tell me more about this place.
Let's just say I'm tired of the carelessness around me. I have always respected the skills of Dr. Swansea, but over time his enthusiasm has become displaced.
Carelessness? Exactly
Yeah,
what
lay
are
this
you
out. Come on,
talking
buddy.
We're here to save lives. The people who trust us are not volunteering for experimentation. They're here to be healed.
I don't intend
But
to run
medicine
any
sucked
radical
back then.
experiments, Doctor. Even if I, as any good practitioner should, express an interest in pushing the boundaries of medicine.
I mean, this was a wild time for
Modern
medicine,
medical
so...
methods were created through audacity and ego. But there are rules in our line of work, and they're here to protect our patients.
I mean, come on. Alright, so we got a new hint. Okay. I mean, even modern medical standards at the time that this is set were terrible, so I don't know what he's talking about. Your life in London. Oh, we got a hint, but nothing to ask him about yet. Okay, that's all right.
Thank you for your time.
I prefer not to waste any more time with you anyway, asshole. Why you gotta be such a jerk? Alright, nothing else around here. You don't want to get the lay of the land. Want to get a good feel for what patients we got in here. Our co-workers. Oh. This is the nap ward, obviously. Dear love, I finally found the missing money for the fee asked by the ambulance driver to bring you to the hospital. Don't worry about nothing now except getting better, for I took care of everything. I asked some of our neighbors, and they told me this Mr. Hooks is something of an honest crook. He may ask for extra money in exchange for a bed, but the bed is then guaranteed. I'm sorry I refused to pay first, and I realize now that the important thing is that you get better soon. The Pembroke Hospital is a good place, I heard. Despite the bad behavior of this Milton Hooks, I promise you that everything is okay now. I'll see you in your clean bed as soon as possible. Oh man. What are you talking about? These people are just sleeping. You know, some people like the outside. All right, I'll do rounds on you guys later. Don't worry about it. Oh, hello. Is this the break room?
It's locked.
Oh yeah. Yeah, the only thing that would make this better is like a true like thick fog. There's like a low fog. I want that thick, you know, you can cut the air with a knife.
Good evening. I'm Dr. Reed.
Always a pleasure to meet a colleague, sir. Especially when he was supposedly dead.
A colleague. Are you a doctor too?
Not anymore, sir.
Okay.
I used to be Dr. Rakesh Chadana. Now, I'm just Mr. Chadana. Pawnbroker and humble guardian.
All right, well, nice to meet you.
What do you mean? You used to be a doctor. Was your license revoked?
No, sir. It is just that I like to be precise. I run a little pawn shop while taking care of the dead. But I
Okay.
used to be a real doctor.
Before what? You keep saying, used to be a doctor. Usually there's a big reason why someone stops being a doctor, but, you know, maybe we'll learn about that later.
Are you afraid or uneasy being surrounded by so many corpses?
Why should I?
Come on, it's the
These
plague.
bodies are empty vessels. Flesh left to decay. Poof. No soul anymore. All gone.
I mean, that's one way to look at it, I guess. How did you get
How
this
did
job?
you get this job?
After I left the army, I worked as an undertaker down by the docks. A dangerous place with many an unpleasant business there.
Ah, another Milton
helped me get a
Hooks.
job here.
An interesting point of view. And quite an exotic one, too. Most people fear, or at least have a respect, for dead flesh.
Sir, as a medic during the war,
Yeah, I
learned to
imagine
face my death and
working on the
death
front
of others.
lines, you
It's
lose
the
that
pain we
very
have to
quickly.
tame, not death itself.
Okay. We got a hint about him. Have we met
Have
before?
we met before?
I don't think so, sir. Why?
When we first talked, you said you were glad to meet me since I was reported dead.
Yeah.
Funny story, sir. Your sister came here a
Ah,
few nights ago.
yeah, my sister. I haven't seen her in
Louise.
ages.
And she was looking for your body. She must be very relieved now.
Do you know, I would definitely say she knows nothing but relief, if that's what you mean.
Do you work here alone?
Yes, very easy work, sir. All I have to do is watch a few bodies. The situation was very different when the main morgue was still open.
Yeah, why do you need to watch the bodies?
Why do you have to watch these bodies?
Because these poor fellows have no names. We keep them
Okay,
in case
that makes
someone
sense.
comes looking for the missing.
Yeah,
Sadly,
if
very
someone,
rarely
if a body comes through here that looks like my sister, that's not her. She just has someone who looks a lot like her, kind of like a doppelganger. Don't worry about it.
Why close the hospital's main morgue?
It was for sanitary reasons after the beginning of the epidemic. Cadavers had to be moved to the nearest mass grave.
Okay. Like London, we already got that. Personal questions. Oh, you're a pawnbroker.
A pawnbroker. I expect you get all types of people here.
Yes, sir. All kind of people. For I sell all kind of goods.
I mean, that makes sense. But who comes to a hospital morgue to trade,
Who
though?
comes here to trade with you? It's very unhygienic, even unsafe. Diseases can spread. For the customers, for the hospital.
I'm very cautious, sir. I've been a doctor, remember?
I
And all
mean,
my clients are good
I don't see your PPE.
people. In fact, I think I only know good people.
What kind of goods?
Yeah.
With the quarantine, it's
Okay.
not always easy to buy things. So I trade, I exchange. Some people sell, some others buy.
You're still not answering.
I like
What
to-
exactly do you sell?
Since you're not afraid of dying, do you believe in life after death, Rakesh?
No, I believe we must do
Okay.
all the good we can while alive.
Yep, I'm on
For
board
our
with that.
Time is short, and the obstacles are endless.
Oh yeah.
Do you think you would enjoy immortality as a concept?
I don't think so.
Hmm.
Don't mistake me. I love life, and I'd like to live a long life. But everything has to decay, sir.
That's where I
Even
disagree.
Goodwill.
Do you really believe goodwill cannot last?
As I said, sir, everything decays. If I was to never die, goodness, I would be bored or worse. And I like to be helpful, sir.
Quite depressing, wouldn't you say?
Yeah,
Yes,
your looks a little
but the
grim
good
at the
news
end there.
is we'll all die before losing our humanity, sir.
Yep, no, all of us. Me, you, we're the same. Nothing different.
So you're ready to die?
No, I am not. I don't fear death, for I won't see it. What troubles me is the pain my death will inflict to those I know.
You're a wise man.
Oh, that's a
No,
very
Dr.
philosophical
I
way
am
to
a
look at it.
foolish man, but I like to think otherwise.
Okay. All right.
Please show me what you have to sell.
Of course. It's just trinkets and curios, really. but I'm sure they can be useful.
They'd be way more useful if, you were a vampire or something, but why would you do that? Alright, an enigmatic formula. Okay. Can we sell him some of our junk? I wouldn't sell too much yet, only because... Oh, I do want that enigmatic formula, though. Oh, it's so tempting. All right, well, let's see what we can quickly sell. Yeah, we only need 5. Anything we can sell? I mean, we could sell just 1 spring, I guess. Yeah, let's do that. I can only... Why is... There we go, 3. Perfect. Thanks, buddy.
It never ceases to amaze me how you, the dead, seem peaceful and lost at the same time.
What do you mean, you the dead? Don't know what you're talking about, friend. Me and you were both alive. Enjoying life. Feeling the rain on our skin. Definitely going out in the sun. Rakesh is a cool character. Now, you on the other hand, is there anything that we can talk to you about?
Now, Dr. Reed.
I know. Ooh.
I don't know what you've heard about me.
Okay,
but I have
we have a
already
little more to talk to
proved
him
my
about.
value as a practitioner.
I don't question your skills, Dr. Reed, but your motive. Is it money?
I only
fame,
have 1 coin on me.
Or are you truly dedicated?
And what exactly is that supposed to mean?
I served in the war just like you. But unlike you, I did not use the wounded to play the modern sorcerer.
Be careful what you insinuate, Dr. Ackroyd.
I
only
feel like we
want
need to
you
diagnose this
admit
guy with
you
perpetual
used
asshole
those men
disease.
to improve your theories.
Ooh, knowledge is our main weapon. Yeah, let's go with that.
Knowledge has always been and will remain our main weapon. And it has always come at a price. And personal initiative.
It is not a question of initiative, it is a question of integrity. These men and women have put their faith in us, Dr. Reed.
Yeah, and we'll do a good job. Come on, man.
It seems you have bad memories of your military service.
Do you have
I
any good
refuse to see
ones?
this industrial slaughter as
Yeah.
scientific progress.
I mean, I'll
War
agree with him
only
on
reveals
that
the worst
that
in men.
point.
We can at least agree on something, Dr.
There we
Ackroyd.
go.
Thank you for your time. We'll talk later.
His time is worth less than a shilling. Let's have a little chat.
Good evening, nurse.
Good evening, Doctor. I don't think we've been introduced yet. My name is Pippa Hawkins.
And I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Nice to meet you.
Dr. Swansea has recently offered me a position in this hospital.
Well, it's a euphemism that your help will be appreciated, Doctor.
Oh man, there's so much to know about these
How
people.
would you describe the situation at the Pembroke Hospital?
Dire.
It's serious. The flu is wreaking havoc amongst the staff and patients. We are running out of everything.
I mean, technically, this is, us from the future, we
Nurse
know.
Hawkins, the Spanish flu won't last forever. Even the Black Plague didn't kill everyone.
I wish I could believe you. But what if this epidemic was worse?
In fact, it
What if in the
was.
end, nobody was spared?
I feel like I don't want to go with get a grip, but I feel like we have to explore every conversation.
You must get a hold of yourself, nurse.
Sorry, I'm exhausted. No one has any idea when this epidemic will be over.
I mean, you don't have vaccines, so it's gonna have to burn itself out. And how long have you been a nurse?
Have you been a nurse?
Or long enough to see that the epidemic is winning. And no matter how qualified you are, don't tell me you'll change that.
No, I'm gonna say you're right.
You're right. When dealing with such a terrible disease,
Absolutely.
one must remain humble.
No hero
But that
complex.
doesn't mean we shouldn't try our best.
Hell yes.
Sorry, Doctor. I don't want to sound bitter, but I'm just too tired to give a
I mean,
pep talk like Nurse
When
Brannigan.
you're in the trenches like the nurses are, I wouldn't expect that either.
How is the Pembroke staff coping with the epidemic?
Well, not well. Milton, the ambulance driver, is even more grumpy than usual, especially concerning doctors.
Ah, why is Milton so grumpy?
Why is Milton grumpy?
You already know
on a
that he's
daily basis?
essentially extorting
Is it just
people.
an act?
Milton's not the kind of man who's bothered about a bad
Ah,
reputation,
okay.
whether he deserved it or not.
Why does Milton dislike doctors?
I don't know. Just ask him. But be warned, Milton is not the chatty type.
Okay. Well, we know at least a little bit about him now. We can come in with a little knowledge. And we don't have anything about her yet. Okay, we're good.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
Pleasure, Pippa. Oh, hello. Don't cough in public. Good advice. You know, sometimes advice from the early 20th and the 21st century lineup.
Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Reed, the new surgeon at the Pembroke Hospital. And who are you?
Your name has no meaning to me, mortal.
Oh, okay.
Nothing but dust blown by the winds of eternity.
I like this
beg
lady's
your
energy.
What are you begging for, mortal? My clemency? Well, tonight maybe I'm inclined to mercy. You'll never forget the night you met Thelma Howcroft.
You keep calling
This is
me
great.
mortal.
Love it.
Why is that? And if I'm mortal, what are you?
Ah, by
Well,
implication.
Dr. Reed, if you must know.
Oh, are you
I'm a
now?
vampire.
So,
And why do you believe
what's that
you're a
like?
vampire?
I don't need to believe anything. It is what I am. It is what I feel within this hollow shell of flesh.
I mean, I feel like that's just how everyone is feeling right now, but can you be more
Please.
specific?
Describe to me how you feel. What is it like to be a vampire?
I can hear my body crumble from the inside as my flesh cracks and fades. I sense the last pulse of pustulant blood within my drying veins.
Oh,
I
okay.
need new blood.
Mm-hmm.
I see. Have you ever heard of Cotard syndrome, Miss Howcroft?
Never.
It's
For
a
never,
mental
no particular
illness
reason.
discovered by a French neurologist named Jules.
This is a
Cotard.
real thing.
The affected patients are delusional. They believe that they are putrefying, that they are dead, a ghost or a ghoul, or in your case, a vampire.
No.
Delusional, you say? Oh, sad and petty mortal. You can't
Do you know
even
what? I
begin to
love her
understand
commitment.
The concept of immortality. And you think it is I who am delusional.
I'm assuming you must be a patient here.
And yeah, what brings a
Am I right?
vampire to a hospital
Only
exactly?
recover.
Ah.
From my enemies.
Oh, that's fair. I
can leave
mean,
whenever
we're
I
doing
want.
the same thing.
As a woman, a spirit, fog, or bat.
And exactly who is hunting you down, or your enemies?
Who are these enemies you mentioned? Can you describe
A
them?
little more
I
specific,
cannot
please.
say for sure. But I sense their eyes on me from nearby.
Oh.
I feel them watching me every time I visit the garden near the morgue.
I think that this is No, do you know what? No. We'll take care
The
of you. It's
staff
fine.
here are not your enemy. They're here to help you, to care for you.
I'm not speaking of the doctors in white. I'm speaking of the men and women who hunt me. For I am a vampire.
Maybe
I see.
stop saying it out loud.
Don't worry. These people will
Makes it a
not
lot easier to
find
hunt
you here.
vampires.
I'll personally make sure they leave you alone.
Thank you, mortal. But do not interfere with them, for you are no match for those that hunt me.
Okay. Well, I'm glad we're on the same page. Ooh, wrong target. We have a new investigation. And who are you really?
Who are you really, Miss Howcroft? I mean, apart from being a vampire.
Is that not enough for you, puny mortal? What do you require?
No.
Proof of my
I mean,
powers?
I'm curious to know who
Yeah.
you were before becoming a vampire.
how
No,
long has this
such a long
been
time ago,
your
I don't
day-to-day?
remember. Centuries of unholy life can have strange effects on one's minds, you see?
That is, I guess, the thing is, like, how messed up would your memory be if you start living for thousands of years? Yeah, the side quest introduction in this are very good. Big, sleepy energy.
I'll leave you, Mistress of the Dark, to your nocturnal activities.
Now that is how you do a farewell. Jonathan knows what's up. You know, just taking small bottles. I guess we work here now, so it's not really stealing as much as it is just going through the equipment that we're gonna need. All right. Who's spying on Thelma? Okay. I'm not sure if we can solve that before we have to check out the office, but we'll, you know, we'll go through what we need to.
Oh, please spare me, Dark Queen. Spare your obedient slave.
Wasted too much energy for so little result.
And who are you, friend? Oh, we're loading into this conversation?
Time has lost its effect on me. But the suffering continues.
No, it does. The suffering does continue.
Good evening, sir.
There we go.
Can I help you?
Unless you're here to fix my face. No,
Ugh, looks
I
like
don't
you
think you can help me.
I'm
got a
Dr.
touch of
Reed.
fire.
I've recently taken the position of head surgeon here. War injuries, am I right?
You guessed right, Doctor. German shell took
yeah?
my pretty little
I
nog
mean, it
right
didn't really
off.
take it off. It's more like it got
They
rearranged.
Still call me Thomas Elwood.
How is your stay with us, Mr. Elwood?
Oh, it's bliss. I just escaped death in the trenches to be
Yeah, from one
surrounded
misery to
again by
another.
the moans of the dying.
Can
At least
I
you got
ask
a bed.
precisely why you're a patient here?
It's the pain, sir. The drugs don't work. It just hurts under the scars.
Oh, okay.
If you get my drift.
Can I do anything for your pain?
Nurses gave me a bunch of pills. No effect. Told you.
Interesting.
It's like the flames are under my skin, burning away.
Who is treating you? Is someone in particular looking after your case?
Nobody since the old and tired doctor spoke to me. Started to think I was forgotten about. Wouldn't blame you.
You don't seem worried.
Maybe we can
My
give you a little
face
help.
hurts so much more when I smile or cry. I've learned it's easier not to speak.
Oh man, that's a sad
But
state
be
of
assured
existence.
I'm smiling inside.
Okay, so we still... I guess we can ask some personal questions. Ah,
Where were you stationed, sir? Did you serve for long?
I really don't want to talk about all this shit.
I mean, I
No
don't blame
offense.
him.
I was pushing too much. I served in France myself. I just wanted to know what happened to you.
You were an officer, weren't you?
I
Burned
mean,
out
we
before
were
the same war,
we were
sir.
doing the whole healing people.
No offense.
How close are you to Miss Horcroft? Are you aware that she thinks she is a vampire?
Do you really need
Wait
to use your
for her
vampires for
next
this?
nibble is the best
Your vampire
reason to
powers?
stay here. Every time she approaches my bed, she treats me like something tasty.
She's just having a great time.
Aren't you afraid? She may hurt you if the game goes too far.
She's quite harmless, I can assure you. Her head's broken inside is all. While I'm busted on the outside. But she's still
You two do make quite a pair.
living proof that there's hope for me.
Ooh, you let her bite you.
So do you let her bite you? You know that's not sanitary.
I mean, in
No,
this
why not?
hospital, is anything sanitary?
He's only supping a few drops of me blood.
Yeah, this is some good
Pain.
hospital romance
It's real
sub-story
for
going on.
once.
She could decide to bite less willing patients.
Then it's another good reason for me to stay here, Doctor.
I mean, we don't know she's disturbed. She could be a vampire.
You do realize she's mentally disturbed. It's called the Cotard syndrome.
That's the thing. Jonathan
truly
wants
is a
all
vampire.
of that
I'm a
goss. He
madness.
wants all of the
She
hospital
never
tea.
refers to my scars. But frankly,
That's actually one of the unknown attributes of vampires that become gossip mongers.
it seems much more fun than the real one.
Okay, so we learned a little bit more about him. Anything we can do with this? No. Okay,
Goodbye for now, Mr. Elwood.
we'll work on trying to help you. Oh, hey, buddy, feeling better?
Good evening, Mr. Hampton. How do you feel?
Dr. Reed, is it? Oh, Sora, I must apologize for my behavior.
What do you mean?
I was not myself in the factory. Fear and exhaustion made me say awful things to you, I'm afraid.
I mean,
You
that
remain
is just proof
perfectly
positive,
nice
Nicholas.
and polite. A little delirious, perhaps.
The better
But who
gossip you
wouldn't
are,
be
the better
after
vampire you are.
enduring an abduction?
It's just
Thank you,
innately
Doctor.
part of
That's
their whole thing.
Now all I need to do is rest and return to my flock.
Let's learn a little bit more about you. Yeah, exactly what were you doing there? You know, with all of the corpses and body parts? You didn't suspect anything was afoot?
How did you end up in William Bishop's den?
I had received alarming news about his recent behavior. I went to his place.
I heard he was eating
refused to
people.
let me
I thought
go.
I'd go say hi.
Why did he abduct you?
William was an alcoholic. His addiction suddenly changed to blood. I don't know why. Just like a patient I met here.
Just more
Miss-
XP.
Miss Hawcroft.
Yeah, no, psychology is just an inherently more XP degree. You just gotta learn more about people, which therefore levels you up
dared
faster.
to enter this
That's just the
awful
way it
place
works.
alone. You're a hero, Mr. Hampton. Or a fool.
You could be
Just a
both.
man trying to help his friends, Dr. Reed. William Bishop was a conflicted soul, searching for light.
I mean, acts of heroism are not exclusively intelligent things to do. Sometimes they're the dumb thing that you choose to do.
Do you know Tom Watts, the bartender from the Turtle? I met him before I found you in the canning factory.
Tom?
Ooh,
Yes,
okay.
of course. Always the
We'd love to
helping
learn more about
hand,
him.
Good old Tom. Without men like him, corruption and despair would have wiped out the East End long ago.
Opening a bar. The true inspiring moment.
People are still in despair.
How could it be otherwise? The authorities have left us all to rot in this contagious nightmare. No drugs, no advice, nothing. It's a damn shame.
Oh, they know what they're doing.
Who should I avoid in this part of town, then?
Oh, yes.
Any
Again, give me all of the
particularly
gossip.
evil figures?
Not really. Most men and women are just doing their best. And it's not my habit to speak ill of people I know.
Again, he made the dumb decision, but he was there to help, kind of. You know, you've heard that our good friend Bill Williams, yeah, he's eating people. I bet you're not brave enough to go check on that.
What is the general situation in the East End docks?
The situation has always been tough, with a lot of tensions between the gangs and the Dockers trade union.
Uh-huh.
The Wet Boot Boys are very nervous since they lost their leader.
That's a good name for a gang. The Wet Boot Boys.
Who leads the
It's not very
gang now?
intimidating, but it
Since
sounds
Clay Cox
nice.
went missing, it's his wife Edwina who runs the show, with the assistance of her minion, Dooth Digby.
Okay.
Has the gang been threatening you?
Ah, no. I've had this nickname for so long, you know, the sad saint of the East End. No one dares to bug a saint, not even criminals.
Yeah, I feel like that is in poor taste even for gangs. Generally leave the priest alone. Okay.
What do you do for a living, Mr. Hampton? I can't help but notice the cross around your neck.
I manage a night asylum for the poor and homeless of the docks, and I try to guide the lost and hesitant on the right path to our Lord.
Okay. I mean, not the worst occupation, I guessed. Yes.
Are you a priest, Mr. Hampton? A deacon, maybe?
I mean,
Not at all.
priest by choice.
I'm just a man of faith willing to preach the good word.
I mean, you're a priest without the collar, basically.
Why didn't you use your cross against William Bishop? To repel him somehow?
That's a very strange question, Doctor. A cross is no magical token.
Oh, no,
That's what
no.
you were
Trust
trying
me.
to say.
It's basically
Mine
magic.
Anyway.
You know, I heard from a friend who knew a vampire.
How do you feel, Mr. Hampton? Medically speaking, I mean.
I feel exhausted. Beyond exhaustion, actually. William drank so much of my blood in his madness. I feel...
Unfortunately, we don't have any cookies or
in
orange
good
juice, so you're just gonna have to
hands
lay down for a bit.
Dr. Swansea is well versed in blood transfusion, and I'm sure he'll take the best care of you.
Thank you, sir. I believe all I need is rest. And then I can go back to the people who need me.
Have you made friends since you arrived?
Not really, but I recognize Miss Harriet Jones. I knew her when she lived by the docks. That poor woman had such
Oh, are we gonna get a little hint on her?
You never came to see her here at Pembroke. Receiving visits when sick can be an important part of the healing process.
It's true.
We're not just bodies.
You're preaching to the converted now, Doctor. To be truly honest, I thought she was dead. She left the docks many months ago.
Okay.
Goodbye, Mr. Hampton. We'll talk again later.
You get that rest. Maybe you should... I mean, I can't imagine there's gonna be a lot of it around, but some red meat might help.
I wonder what your last thoughts would be, sir.
Well, I'm glad you two are having a good time here. Maybe you should just push those two beds together. Alright, I think we've met with everyone on the first floor that we need to. You can't give me a world of characters I can talk to, and I'm not going to talk to everyone. Come on. Anyone else? Anyone want to get involved in an engrossing conversation? In this very gross hospital? Nope, not a door we can even try to open. Hey, what do we got here? Ooh. Used hacksaw, all right. We can do some work with that. T. Elwood's medical file. Patient, Thomas Elwood. Followed by Dr. Tippett's, status convalescence. No data release. Notes, the patient's face has been heavily burnt and disfigured by a bomb during the war. Even with the use of the strongest sedatives, he affirms to regularly endure severe pain from the wounds, as if the flames are burning under the skin, he says. Examinations of the cicatrized, sure, let's go with that. Tissues show no trace of inflammation, infection, or swelling. Scars are clean. Could it be a case of persistent nerve damage? The patient never ceases to blame himself for the disfiguration. Could it be a case of guilt of the survivor? Phantom pain manifesting as a punishment for not dying with his comrades. Interesting. I mean, definitely some things to follow up on. Bottle of cheap gin. Sure, why not? I mean, this is the old New London, right?
It's locked. This must be the place. It's definitely away from prying eyes.
Oh, hell yeah. Wow, they made up that nameplate
Relegated
real
to
fast.
the shadows. A kingdom of my own. At least I won't be sleeping in a coffin.
Ooh, wonderful, wonderful. I guess we didn't need to sell our aluminum shards anyway, but doesn't really matter too much. We're going to get so many resources over the course of the game. Article on Econs. It is a rare opportunity and almost a privilege to approach a vampire, to observe their most intriguing physical and psychological traits with a scientific and rational eye. Here are some of the most fascinating abilities I've personally observed over the last 10 years while interviewing a few vampires, or Econ as they prefer to call themselves. Supernatural speed. A vampire can act and move like a mortal in all his actions, but the trained eye will spot that they have the keenest senses and can react quicker than any mortal. On a few occasions, alarm, surprise, necessity to flee, I've seen a vampire move so quickly it is almost he had vanished just to reappear somewhere else. The human eye cannot follow their movements when they act so quickly, but it is not a teleport or dematerialization. It is only a supernatural speed. For me, it is a cat-like attribute, which allows them to run, dodge, or climb longer and faster than us. I also notice that such speed seems to exhaust them and that they are bound to physical limitations. Mesmerism. One of the most powerful abilities a vampire can deploy is the capacity to force a mortal to obey them. I call this trait mesmerism, but it has nothing to do with the mortal ability to alter a subject's mental state. A vampire can bend a mortal to their will, and they can even break a mind. A vampire I interviewed even told me the more a subject tries to resist, the more permanent the damage will be, as if the vampire could literally fracture their target's psyche. The same vampire explained to me that this ability required time to master, and that the result could vary widely from one subject to another. Implant a false memory, erase a painful one, the possibilities are endless and frightening. Blood awareness. This may be the most catastrophic ability of all concerning vampires, since it is the cause of so many tragedies for them and us. Vampires crave for blood. They must use their will to restrain themselves from frenzied drinking every drop of blood they can see. They need blood to function and to express their full supernatural traits. A famished vampire can be very weak, even if he cannot die of hunger or thirst. This urge, this need for blood, may explain why a vampire is so aroused by it. A vampire confessed to me that blood could sometimes blind him, since its smell and attractiveness can be so strong. When he focuses, a vampire can almost see blood all around them, inside warm bodies, through walls, on a supposedly clean weapon, etc. The same vampire even told me that he can see if a mortal has clean blood or is ill, and that in some cases, he can even sense diseases, infected clothes, or even items in a room. If this is true, it could have so many medical application, it almost beggars itself. Vampires are basically cool as hell in this world.
The flower's dying. It needs water.
Can we do that? Well, we're gonna analyze his blood first. Ah, okay, so we can research treatments as well. Alright, well, let's analyze. You have enough components to improve one of your weapons. Okay. Ooh, I kind of like... What do we got here? Ooh. Kind of like this hacksaw. Yeah, we need to find pure water. Yeah, we have the formula now, too. Okay, let's upgrade. And with that, we can either... Ooh, increase damage dealt. Ooh. I like this. Okay, so we need a whole bunch more stuff. Yeah, the hacksaw is a very good weapon, if I remember. And with that... Let's analyze you. Ah. Okay. We're going to need a lot of clove essence. And quite a bit of quinine. Okay.
William Bishop's blood is much more unstable than human blood and shows extensive mutation. But this is not what happened to me. I must keep on
There must be
searching.
something different about us then.
The sun is about to rise. I can feel it. I'll continue tomorrow night. I have so much time now.
I mean, all you got is time, buddy. Now, hold on. Yep, we want to quickly... I'm just going to change my equipped weapons. Details. How do we... I forget how we change that. Oh, there we go. Ah, love it. Love to see it. And we don't have any other abilities to bind, so... Ooh. What do we got here? Dr. Swansea's message. Dear Jonathan, I asked Nurse Crane to secure an office for you on the second floor. Please forgive the austere decoration, but Pembroke Hospital is not exactly the Ritz. Sorry to let you discover your office alone, but I need to sleep a little before going back to work. I'm just a mere mortal after all. I imagine in parentheses he's like, ha ha ha. Aren't I hilarious? I also gave orders to let you rest and for the staff to never enter your room. You'll be able to sleep all day without being disturbed and work at night without raising any suspicion. I'm afraid the place is quite messy, but you'll be able to conduct your experiments here at your own pace. You'll also notice there is an open window with a scaffolding that will allow you to enter or exit the hospital without being noticed. I imagine how awfully new and disturbing this all must be for you. Believe me, I've studied enough of your species to understand that you must now be facing and feeling what you must now be facing and feeling. Be assured, I'll do whatever I can to help you in this ordeal. Know that you're not completely alone facing it. I'm glad I met you. These dark times we are all presently facing. I hope our future collaboration will yield great results. Welcome to Pembroke, my esteemed colleague. We shall talk soon. Yep, I already read that. Yeah, this is extremely well prepared. I'm gonna just quickly pop out, see if there's anyone else we can talk to on the second floor, and then we'll have a sweet, sweet dream. I'm sure no haunting imagery will come to Jonathan during the night. Okay. Oh, exactly, no. It seems like he's just been eager to have a vampire stay here. I mean, he seems a little obsessed with vampires, to say the least. Alright. Edgar's in his room and he doesn't want anyone to interrupt. So I think that just leaves us to have a little rest. Go up this side first, though, just to make sure. Yeah. Nope. All right. So back to our room. You know, that running animation is a little weird out of combat. Oh, Jonathan, finally the rest you deserve. Alright, so... we do have a fair amount of blood points, or XP. But, do we want to use them now? Stamina improvement would be nice. It's only 300. Yeah, we'll spend that now. And then, ooh. Yeah, these are pretty good. But, you know, we'll hold on to the XP. Ooh, this is actually pretty good to get to the level 2 of. We just don't have an XP for it yet, so we'll wait for that. We'll wait for that. Confirm this. And start the day anew. Or I guess start the night?
If I'm to stay here until my research is complete, I'd better learn to hide my true nature from the mortals.
That seems like a good
What
idea.
about my thirst for blood.
All right.